you guys had a good week, and we are now into week 2 of our plan. So in this video we're going to be talking about our results from our previous week's assessments. I want you to think about how you did, think about all those numbers that you wrote down. We're going to start with our cardio. So did you get your 30 minutes on the treadmill or your 20 minutes of brisk walking? How'd you do with your exercises? Your push-ups, your pull-ups, your sit-ups, and your squats? And how'd you do with your shooting? Did you make it to 100 arrows? Let's think about how we did, and let's think about what we do now. So first off, I want you to think about which one was the hardest for you, which one you struggled with the most. For me personally, it was the cardio on the treadmill. I made it 10 minutes out of 30. I was dying the whole time, and I knew that going in, that my cardio was lacking, because I don't typically do cardio. I'm working on trying to add some muscle, and for me, if I do cardio, I just lose weight and I lose muscle really quickly. So I don't typically do a whole lot of cardio. But as we progress through the year, I will need to ramp up the cardio. I won't need to hold as much muscle, but my cardio endurance will need to be improved. For the assessment that you struggled with the most, what we're going to do for the rest of this month is we're going to do that assessment once per week. Meaning exactly like we did on the first video, we're going to do that again once per week. Throughout the week we should be doing something to benefit that assessment number. So if it's the cardio one you're struggling with, we should try to do that 10-15 minutes every day. We can decrease the speed, but we want to keep the time the same. So for me, what I'll do is I'll keep my time at 10 minutes, and maybe I'll do 2.5 for speed instead of 3.5 on the treadmill. If it's the shooting that you struggle with, let's start with 25 arrows at least 2 to 3 times a week. Eventually we'll get to that 100 arrows and we'll be able to push past it. We need to try to shoot at least 10 arrows a day. Usually for me it's 10 arrows some days and 200 arrows other days. So my minimum is usually 10 to 20 arrows a day, and that's great. If it's one of our our exercises that we struggled with, then we need to do a small number every single day and pick 3 that you struggled with and alternate those. So let's say we do squats one day, we'll do push-ups the other day and pull-ups the next day, or sit-ups the next day, whatever it may be. They're all equally important to our all-around fitness. As our body gets stronger, we're going to be able to push the envelope a little bit farther, and our strength is going to greatly affect our shooting. So this all ties together. Keep that in mind. If you feel like you're neglecting one thing, it's going to show up, and it's going to become a roadblock and a hindrance to you as we move forward. The intensity is only going to increase from here on out, so we need to have our basic fitness all in check. Up next we have our nutrition questions, which were: do you eat breakfast every day? How many meals do you eat per day? How much alcohol do you drink per week? How much water do you drink per day? And lastly, how many of your meals include a protein source? So let's start from the beginning. We need to eat breakfast every single day. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You hear it all the time, but why? Why is it the most important meal of the day? Think of your metabolism like you would a campfire. In order to get a campfire burning, you need to add wood to it, right? If you don't add any wood, it's not going to get burning. Breakfast is your first piece of wood that you add to your campfire. Without it, our metabolism is running slower all day long. So we need to get breakfast. It's going to get our metabolism going for the day. It's going to speed everything up. Moral of the story: eat breakfast every day within 30 minutes of waking up. How many meals are you eating per day? If your answer was less than 4, then we need to increase that number. We need to be at a minimum of 4 meals per day. The more often we eat, the faster our metabolism is going to work. The faster our metabolism works, the more body fat we're going to burn. Burning body fat is good. How many of our meals have protein? If your answer was less than 3, then we need to increase that number. That's our minimum, 3 meals. Protein does a lot of things for us. It helps us build muscle, it keeps us full for longer, so you're going to be less likely to snack and eat bad food in between your meals. How much water are you drinking per day? If your answer was less than a gallon, then we need to increase it. You need to be at a gallon. Like I said in the last video, fill up a gallon jug, carry around your water bottle with you. Once your water bottle is empty, fill it up out of your gallon jug. That jug should be empty by the end of the day. If it's not, you'll have a good idea as to where you are, and if you need to increase it, it'll let you know. How many times do we drink alcohol per week? If your answer was more than once per week, we need to decrease that number. Whatever you got to do, try your very best to decrease it. Alcohol is not our friend when it comes to getting in shape. There's a lot of bad effects from drinking alcohol when we're talking about improving our overall health and fitness. First thing, alcohol destroys protein metabolization. What that means is that by drinking, you're greatly decreasing your ability to add muscle. That's not good. Second thing, alcohol has what we call empty calories. What that means is we're not getting any muscle building benefit from it, we're not getting energy from it, we're not getting anything from it. So why would you waste your calories on something that's not going to do anything for you in return? Now I know it's fun and I know that you might enjoy drinking, but try to limit yourself as best you can. Moderation is key for getting your body into shape. So keep that in mind. And it might be a slow process to decrease that, but if you really want it, you'll do it. Alright, so I've got 3 more rules for you guys, and that's it. Number 1, no fast food. No fast food. Not a chicken sandwich because it's healthy, not a salad from Wendy's because it's healthy. No fast food at all. Rule number 2, no soda. If you need to swap soda out for something, do Gatorade, do whatever, carbonated water, whatever you gotta do. I find these things at Walmart, they're called Crystal Ice or something like that. It's a 0-calorie carbonated water. They come in fruit flavors. They're $1 a piece. I can drink those things all day long. They're amazing. Still, I limit myself. I drink 1 per day, if even that many. So find a way to cut down on the soda and eventually cut it out completely. And the very last rule, try to limit your sweets as best you can to 1 time a day and eventually 1 to 2 times per week. I know having a sweet tooth can be difficult. A little trick of mine that I found that helps eliminate a sweet tooth is get some vitamin C chewables, and every time you have a sweet tooth, eat a couple of those vitamin C chewables. You boost your immune system and you also get rid of your sweet tooth. Well guys, that's about it for this week. I hope you take this information and make the most of it, and we move forward into next week. Up next, we've got shooting form and how to get the most out of your practice sessions with your bow. This week I'll also be putting up another rabbit hunting video. Hopefully I'll be shooting some rabbits instead of just seeing them and walking around. As well, later in the week I'll also be putting up a review of my bow, which is the Bear Arena 34. I've had it for long enough now and I've put enough arrows through it. I can give you guys a good, honest review as to what I think about it. So stay tuned for that, guys. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe, and shoot straight.